people come through the door, thanks for coming out. We're lucky enough that Ash has come down and spending his time on a Sunday morning instead of going on a road trip off to Victoria to coach Queanbeyan. So Ash is going to speak about first half of the session will be about teaching doing a jump shot, and then he'll run some things through that before he gets going. And the second half will be about using small-sided games with fundamentals and decision making. For those of you who don't know him, Ash was the high-performance coach for Metro before he started the CoE as assistant coach of the men's currently. So I'll hand over to him, but I'll let him introduce himself and have a chat, and any questions I'm sure he's happy to answer.
Thanks for having me, DJ. As you can see, I'm not used to this colour. Melbourne's wet miserable, but Canberra's a whole new colour, so I'm still trying to deal with that. Thanks for having me. Really appreciate being here, and it's a bit of a small group, so throughout this, if you have any questions, just throw up your hand. For this first part, teaching and drilling the jump shot, I'm trying to put on the core, I'm going to show you what we do at the CoE, but also talk about other things I've learned through my journey. I was lucky enough, I was keen on Rangers Junior, went all the way through, had some amazing coaches. I was then lucky enough to play some big Metro ball, also to college, and then came back, used to play against the Gunners in Seagull. Did 2 years of that, and then the back injury finally caught up with me, and decided to do the coaching. From there, was lucky enough to go back to college in America and work at a Division 1 school under, you might have heard of this man, Dan Marley, Phoenix Suns Hall of Famer, and as we know, unreal shooter. So I was able to learn some amazing things there. And then came back as a teacher. I wasn't making enough money, so went back to Melbourne, started teaching. And that 2 years there where I was teaching in a basketball academy, it was an amazing experience because I was able to basically go through trial and error with our young kids. And some of those things we did there, you'll see today as well. And then, like DJ said, was lucky enough to get the high performance job with Metro, and now has led me here. Some of the coaches that have inspired the way I teach shooting are guys who have been at CoE, like Marty Clark, Robert McKinlay, Adam Capeland before them. Peter Lonigan's massive. The way through the years I used to do clinics for him as a player, so it's amazing how it's come around. I talked about Dan Marley. And then 2 guys that you may not have heard, I watch a lot of Dave Love. So if you guys haven't heard about him, amazing the way he shoots. He teaches shooters from all ages. Then another man a lot of people haven't heard of, Eddie Cullen. The European coach, spent a lot of time down in Melbourne, a perfectionist, and he helped transform my jump shot and under 16s, which gave me a lot of room at that time. In building a jump shot, we like to work with these legs. It's another one, technique. In the technique, we're working on rhythm, distance, and speed. The next ones, we add movement. With the movement, maybe forward, sideways, and then again light movement, so some sort of cutting. Then we'll add defenders, starting with stationary, and then maybe off the move, which we'll show today. And then at the very end, we'll add decisions. If we can't do the first 3, there's no way we're going to be able to make that decision like we want in the game. For the shooter, we talk about the CoE. They're going to be focused on 3 things. We talk in 3s at the CoE, the power of 3. It's easier for our athletes to pick it up when it's done in 3s. So the shooter must be focused on number 1, feet, 2, focus, 3, follow through. The focus is our target. What are we thinking? Are we thinking miss? Or are we thinking we're going to switch the ball? The aim of every shot, we want to get it straight, get it up, and get it long. Under the get it long, we talk about grab, back rim and down. Every shot, back rim and down. We'll talk a bit, you'll hear me say these words. When adding a pass to the shooter, we are now preaching about our prior preparation to the shot. We talk about active hands, showing the pass when we want the ball, legs loaded. So we normally say get low, but when we're dealing with a 13, 14-year-old kid, you sit there, you say get low. And then our lower. So we want to try and jog that memory, get it active. We say legs loaded. The first thing they do now is they get low. they're loading the legs. That's going to help with that power. And last, big voice. So making sure they're calling for the ball. What we start a lot at our practice, every Thursday morning we get 20 minutes before our weights. We've played, our young guys would have played Premier League on a Wednesday night, depending on the time. They come back in at 8:30 on a Thursday morning and we have 20 minutes to go through our shot check. So today, we're going to put all of our plays here in action. I'm just going to run it like we would on one of those Thursday mornings, but I'm going to add extra into it. All the stuff we do today is not, we would pick parts of the areas we think we need to get better at. But one way we start our shot check is a 70-second drill. So we'll just have 2 minutes running on the clock. We'll have our guys in a big circle. Right now they're semicircles so you can see. So the first thing I'm going to get you to do is put the ball between your legs. Ball between your legs. We would have a leader, so one of our older players will lead the way. A lot of times we pick Canberra local, Alex Tui, to do this. Great leader, big voice. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put our hands out nice and straight. We will hold so nice and straight right in front of us, chest level. So for 10 seconds, the clock will be running. We'll say 3, 2, 1. We will put our hands out like this for 10 seconds. After we get to the 10, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to turn our guide hand in. So if you're a righty, it's going to be your left hand in. We're going to turn that thing in, guide hand, we're going to set it into place. We're going to hold that for 10 seconds. Lefty would be your right hand. And through this, we're thinking, am I going to make the shot, swishes, back rim and down? We're thinking about our jump shot. Our next stage is we're going to bend our wrist of our shooting hand. We want to keep our hand straight still. So we want to bend the wrist. So we should be out like this. So a nice bend in the wrist. This is where, as coaches, we're walking around. If one of our shooters' hands is like that, we want to make sure we're getting a nice bend. So we'll hold that for 10 seconds. It's amazing. Their hands start to hurt. The next 10 seconds is we're going to bend our shooting hand and our guide hand in place. So we're going to set up like we would for our shot. So we want to make sure it's nice and high. Wrist still bent, fingers spread. Spread the fingers so we've got a great grip in the ball. And we want our guide hand nice and straight. Again, coaches, this is where we're walking around. We have time to adjust if we need. Make sure that wrist is bent. Bend that wrist for me, Sam, good. All right, so when I say go, Matt, you're going to lead the way. You're going to go 3, 2, 1, go. We're going to do 10 wrist snaps. Our hands are going to stay in the same place. And now we're going to focus on our wrist snaps. And you're going to go at Matt's speed. We're going to count to 10. So we're using our voices here. Are we ready, Matt?
3, 2, 1, go.
Hold on, go back. Are we counting our wrist snaps? Yep. Were you doing that? No, nice and loud. Are we ready? We're going to start again. We want to stay here. Good. Ready?
3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3.
Louder.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Now we want a nice strong snap of the ball. Because if we just did this in a game, how far is the ball going to go? Not very far. And as coaches, it's only a minute and a half, 2 minutes. So if we don't like it, we just restart again, which we do plenty of times. If we don't think they're focused, we reset it, we go back to the start. Now we got 10 full follow through. So we're going to lift the elbow and we're going to snap. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Hard follow through. I want you to lock the elbow, snap the wrist. Matt, you're going to lead them again. You ready?
3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We've got some quiet kids today. We'll work with that. That's all right. 10. Good job. So from there, we're going to go find a basket. So you guys, we can go to all 4 baskets. That's fine. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to isolate the extension. So number 1, we're going to work in the extension of shot. We're going to take away the legs. We're just going to focus on the hands. So Sammy's here. He's going to pick up his basketball. You guys can go anywhere around the charge circle. You're going to put your toes on the charge circle. There's no bend in the legs. We're just going to focus on your extension. So you're going to take it back to that position we just worked on last. So the ball's high. All right, good. We've got our hands spread, guide hands in place, and all you're going to do is follow through. Excellent.
You're going to hold your follow through until the ball bounces, and then you're going to find a new spot. All right, so you'll shoot it, hold it, good. As it bounces, find a new spot. Now, the reason why we hold it for so long, we want that to become a really great habit. All right, so can you guys spread, go do that. Should be about 2 or 3 at each basket. Here we go. Stay here, Millie. Over, go, straight into it. So make sure it's set, then you're shooting, hold your follow through. Now move to a new spot, Cohen. Move to a new spot. We want them to hold it just at the top. I know and when we build it, we'll build the rhythm in. Right now, I'm more focused on the extension, so we just want to hold it for a second and just focus on that lock and snap. You can see here, they know now that we got no legs, they have to follow through all the way for it to get over the rim. Find a new spot, hold the follow through, find a new spot. We will do this for about a minute, 2 minutes. We're trying to get as many reps. You know, repetition is the lord and master in basketball. We want them going through really good technique each time. You look around the gym, we're seeing a lot of good shots, a lot of swishes. Now they're focused, they're locked into their shooting, they know exactly what they've got to do. So number 1, extension. All right, good job. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a big step back from the charge circle. All right, big step back. We're now working on our floor to fingertips. So this next one's a focus on the rhythm. We want one rhythm from the floor all the way to the end of their shot when the ball leaves their hands. So we're going to sit down, legs loaded. So everyone's in a position, legs loaded. Matt, you're down, legs loaded. We're nice and straight. We're going to have the ball set up, ready in position. We're saying we've already had our active hands. The ball has hit us right where we need to. We got one basically ball of energy going through the body all the way to the end of our shot. So one rhythm. So as I start to stand, my elbow starts to lift, and I'm going to go all the way to the balls of my feet. So my knees and my elbow should be locking at the same time. I'm going to stay in my position here all the way until the ball hits the ground. So after it swishes and the ball hits the ground, I'll get it, find a new spot. We all understand the instructions? Perfect, here we go. No jump, just to the balls of your feet. One thing to look at here is the elbow lifting. So I'm down, my legs are loaded. Is the elbow lifting, or are we pushing, or are we bringing it back? One key point to look at when we're looking around. Now for younger ones, especially under 12s and 14s, who don't have the strength yet, they're going to be pushers. We see it all the time. Try your best with them. We don't want to take those players too far out. We'd prefer to keep them in closer so they're getting the same rep every time. If you have late developers, so big bodies, we still have a couple of those. Their bottom half don't connect to their top half very well. So you'll see, like we had one shooter, when he'd shoot, it was like a little hitch in there because it just didn't connect. His body's still growing. That's fine, we have to work with that. And it takes time. But we wouldn't take that big body out to the 3. We would work in close, all right, and maybe an hour session, and he doesn't get past outside the key. Just because we're trying to make life easier, the more confidence and the more reps where it looks great, the more confident and the more likely it will stay as we move back. You can see here, they're locked in, they're doing a great job. They're down, they're going all the way through their shot. We want it all the way up. Hold your follow through. Rhiannon, to the balls of your feet, all the way up. You can take a slight step backwards. A slight step backwards, good. Make sure the wrist is bent. Keep the wrist bent. Now we're going extra time right now just so you can see each athlete. With our older guys, they're a bit stronger, so we may bring them back a little bit further, just inside 15 feet. But you're seeing they're doing a great job holding the follow through right now. I'm standing in front of the camera. All right, good job. Now we're going to work on some balance. So we're going to add some jumping. What I'm going to get you to do, can everyone go to the top of the key? So you see, just inside the three-pointer line, all right, right where the half D is, we're going to be at the top. You're going to come here, Sam. You're doing a great job demonstrating. You're going to be nice and low. All right, so we've got hip width, ball is in a, wrist is bent, we're ready to shoot. What I need is a big jump. You ever seen Paddy Mills play? You ever seen Paddy Mills play? The Australian captain, Boomers? All right, you got some homework to do. All right, so you're down, legs loaded, wrist bent. Like we were doing in our warm-up in the proprioception, you are going to take a big jump. But here's the thing, I don't want to hear your feet. Your feet are going to be soft. So I want a nice big jump. All right, you're going to rise up into your shot. We want to make sure we're going straight up and we're going to land in our footprints. So our legs are loaded, we've got a nice big jump, we've got to keep our balance, then we're going to activate where we rise straight up into our shot and land in our footprints. Let's see what that looks like, Sam. Okay, let me see. Hope I don't mess up the mic here. Hold that. Now I'm not going to shoot because I didn't warm up. I don't want to make anyone look bad. All right, so I'm low, I've got a big jump and then I'm going to rise up into my shot and knock it down. Can you do that for me? Big jump, we're working on balance here. You ready? Big jump and up. Beautiful. All right, so we're going to do that at the top of the key. Everyone's in the same spot. So the line's at the top of the key. Line's here. So right here, you're going to do a big jump, rise up, hold your follow through until the ball goes through the net. This is all about balance here. Are we ready? Here we go. Big jump. I want a nice big jump. Hold your follow through. Land in your footprints right here. Yeah, you want to go right here. So you're basically shooting in the middle of the free throw line. Basically, I want a nice big jump. Big jump, start at the top of the key, inside the three. Yeah, good. Perfect, Rihanna, good. Hold your follow through. Hold there, hold there, hold there. So right now you're more worried about making the shot. I want a big jump. I want you to jump like you were in your warm-ups. All right, so a nice big jump. We're working on your ability to get your balance so we can rise into a shot. We ready? Big jump. Here we go. You see the first thing they started doing was going a little bit smaller on their jumps, all right, because they were more focused on making it, which is great. But we want to see them, because we see in a game, we will see in a game they practice small steps, they get to a game and then all of a sudden the ball comes in, they do this massive jump because they're excited, they're about to get a shot off, and all of a sudden they shoot it way too hard because with all that excitement, they've lost their balance, they've jumped forwards, and now it's not their normal shooting arc. So here we're challenging them with a big jump. We have this with some of our players at the CoE, where when they practice, it's all short steps. Then in a game, they're against longer, taller, stronger, faster opponents. So for them to get the shot off, they've got to run at full speed, huge jump. Can they get their balance and stay in their normal shot? This one I actually stole from Paddy Mills, hence why I asked him had he seen it. But you see the way he plays, he does an amazing job of going at full speed and that ability to get distance when the ball's in the air and come to that quick stop with balance and rise up and knock it down. So we're just building that at a young age. Also too, when we're doing shot check, if we're having issues where the ball's going left to right, just put him straight down the middle or straight down on the baseline. It allows us just to work on seeing if they're getting it straight. The more you put it on the angles, the harder it is to find where we're going wrong. All right, good job. Now we're going to continue with the balance, but now we're going side to side. Here we go, Millie, you and me. All right, so we're going to find space. We're going to work this whole area here, all right, inside the key. You're down low. You're ready to shoot. So you're showing me you got your active hands, beautiful. Showing me 10 fingers. You may not have your guide hand there, so you may just show me, like, I want the ball, Ash. You're going to pass it to me. Your legs are loaded, and you're on the balls of your feet, ready to move. Now, the passer, you're going to partner up here. So you're just going to need one ball between two. All right, I'm going to challenge you by bounce passing the ball either to your left or to your right. Millie, your challenge is you want to get your hips behind the ball and your legs under your hips. Why is it important? We get our hips behind the ball and our legs under our hips. Why is that important, coaches? Balance, yeah, also too helps us get the ball straight. If we can square up to the basket straight, we've got a better chance of making it. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to bounce it to your left or bounce it to your right. You ready? Here we go. So you've got to get around. Good. Stay low. Now you can just stay right there where you shoot it. We want you to land in your footprints. Now I may go back that way. You've got to get your hips behind the ball, your legs under your hips. We may keep going around. And now we're just challenging that side-to-side movement. We're getting them, continue to get down. If they're not legs loaded, if they don't have their hands ready, don't bounce them the ball. We may keep going that way or we may throw it back. If it starts getting easier and Millie's absolutely dominating, we may throw it a little bit further and we challenge her that way. You could step back. If they're doing a great job there, we may challenge again. You've got to get your hips behind the ball and we'll keep working that way. All right, so can I get, you go here. Can I get you down with one of the girls there? Just, you could switch balls. We need one ball between two. You're going to shoot 5, then switch with your partner. So again, on balance, we want to land in our footprints. Just some partner shooting. Now we're making it a little bit more game realistic. How many times are we out on the 3 ready to shoot? A bad pass comes in and we just have to move one step. We've got to move one more step to be able to get our shot off. Especially as they get older with size, length. Now our players have to adjust their pass. So the pass is not always going to come straight to the shot pocket where we want it. Shoot 5 and rotate. Good. Now challenge him with a further pass. Throw it a little bit further out. Good. Get your hips behind it. You're going to be on the balls of your feet, shooters. Balls of your feet. Get your hips behind the ball. Hold there. On the bounce, we don't, hold there, shooters. We don't want to grab the ball and bring it in. We want to get our hips behind the ball. So we've got to move. We've got to sit low. Legs loaded, balls of your feet. We ready? Here we go. With our players, we will stretch this all the way back to the 3. We will do this to the 3. One of our athletes, he's now doing this a lot before he plays. It helps him feel confident about his shot. He's a very good shooter. I'm trying not to use names. Keep going, keep going. Now what you're noticing too, the speed's picking up in their shot. Now we're starting to go quicker. We're warming up into our shot. All right, good job. Everyone pick up a basketball. We are now at mid-range. We're now 15 feet from the basket. So imagine that netball line going around all the way through the elbow. We're outside the key. We're down low, the ball's in front. Instead of doing the spin out, where it's a slow spin out, the ball goes long and we step in slow, you're going to do an on-air spin. What I mean by that. Now, I used to think with our young kids, especially when I was teaching at school, all these little things that we used to do as kids where you spun it, I thought it would be natural, but we do have to teach it again because they're not playing outside as much. But an on-air spin, it's just we spin it in the air. So you're going to be low. We're going to have our heels just inside the 3. You're going to spin it And we're going to go, when the ball's in the air, our feet's in the air. So it's going to be a little spin, ball in the air, feet in the air. We're going to rise up into our shot. So now, instead of doing this one, we think this is better because it looks more like a pass. The ball's coming in the air instead of this one where we're going down. All right, not too many times we get in the bounce pass. So it's up, ball in the air. I just want feet in the air. We're working on our jump shot. We're going to shoot it, hold your follow through until the ball goes through the net, then find a new spot. We're picking up our speed here. All right, we ready? Here we go. Little spin. Find a new spot. Remember, we're working on the balance. Sorry. Good. Nice, Matt. All right, so stop there. Right now, where I've got him, it's a little bit too far out. Stop there. We're going to step in. We're going to step in. So I don't want the step in between. I just want the ball in the air, feet in the air, balls with our feet hit, and we explode into our shot. So we're going to be nice and low. Step in for me, Cohen. Step in for me. Girls, take a step inside the three. Good. So the ball gets spun. Feet hit the ground, balls your feet, and we're exploding up into our shot. Sam, you can go join that basket if you want, so we don't have four on a rim. We ready? Go. Quick spin, boom, up into our shot. Hold your follow through. Take out all the steps. It's just feet in the air when the ball's in the air. Up. One rhythm. You see here, and we've made sure the players understand that they can make mistakes today, because a lot of it's new. Cohen's a great example right now, late developer. So right now, connecting that bottom half to his top half is going to take some time. We would just continue to work on the one rhythm with him. That's not a big issue for us. It just means we're going to have to do a little bit more work with him on the rhythm. And you'll find most of the time we've got 10 players in each team. We're going to have 4 or 5 different issues. It's just important knowing where they are so we can constantly remind them and they can focus on that every practice. At the CoE, we have a board, a whiteboard. I understand that it's probably not going to work for everyone, but we have a whiteboard where the kids come in every week and they write their shooting goal. So if someone is having rhythm problems with their shot, they write it on the board before practice, they read it, and it jogs their memory again. Hey, I've got to work on my rhythm. When they go out to pre-practice, that's exactly what they're working on. Well, most of them. Some, we're still trying to get them to go, do it. All right, good job. Now, any lefties here? Oh, perfect, we'll just do the one way. Now you're going to just keep on the on-air spin. Now you're going left-right. Watch carefully though, it's not a step, then left-right. It's just going to be 2 steps here. So it's a spin. I've got a spin, 1, 2, rise up into our shot. I'm down, legs loaded, spin, 1, 2, rise into my shot. All right, here we go. So now we're changing up the footwork. So it's 1, 2, straight ahead. I just want you to go straight ahead, straight ahead. Good. Hold your follow through. Remember, get it straight, get it up, get it long. So we want it to hit back rim and down. Excellent. They're doing a great job. We look around, we're seeing a lot of swishes here. You can see they're locked into their shot. Because we've built it up from the extension all the way down to the floor to our fingertips, you can see they feel confident in their shot. It's funny they do this, a lot of them will come back and go, man, I'm making shots, and then the very next practice they get on the court, first thing they do is shoot a half quarter, right? We all see it. That's all what they want to do. So it's trying to get them into that really good habit where they're coming in, they're just getting their shot. It just helps them feel confident before they go into the game. All right, we'll keep moving, good job. Now you're going to go on an angle. Stop there. Now we're going on an angle. We're going to practice our inside foot. I'll get your ball. So now on the spin, we're going to cross over step each time. So now we're mimicking an inside foot catch, where we would plant that inside foot, turn and square up. So I'm low, we're going to spin it to a side, and I'm going 1, 2. Hold, come back out. I'm going to go the other way the next time. Spin, crossover step, 1, 2. Okay, so we've broken this down, the inside foot, into one step. All we need here is 1, 2, so you're crossing over your body. So we're down, legs loaded, hands ready, we spin it, crossover step. So you want to go across your body with the first step. You want to go across your body, Sam. Going across your body. Make sure we square up, go across our body. Good. Stay in your follow through. Now with all those, we'll build that back to the 3. And a reminder, we would do it at a quicker speed. We're just doing it longer here so you can keep watching every kid. But we would do maybe a minute and move, keep moving. In that minute, we'll gradually move back. Now, one thing we might see with some of our athletes is their ability to get their hands in place. So they may be struggling with that. So I'll show you one. We challenge our athletes after they get this down pat. Maybe in a game they're not getting their hands in place as well as we want them to. We'll challenge them this way. All right, back to the start. 40, get out to the mid-range again. Out to the mid-range. Now, instead of before we were going left-right with the spin in the air, now we're going to wrap the ball around our back. So I'm down, I'm low. All right, feet set. Now it's going to be a quick 1, 2, rise into our shot. All right, so I'm going to do a quick wrap. Your steps are, because we're all righties, left, right. So only 2 steps, quick wrap around your back. We got that. You could start heels just inside the 3 if you want some more room. Are we ready? So everyone's down, legs loaded. We're ready to shoot. It's going to be left, right with a wrap around our back. Are we ready? Here we go. So now we're challenging the hands. Can we get them back quick enough? Now, sorry, last instruction, hold there. If you mess up the behind the back, don't shoot it, just reset. If you fumble the ball, no problems. Don't shoot it, step back, do it again. Here we go. So now we're giving them permission that they can make a mistake. But most importantly, I don't want them practicing the habit. If they fumble the behind the back and they're just chucking the ball, we've ruined all the good work we've just done in our shot check. So it's okay. We just do it again. Make sure we're staying low. You notice with a lot of them now we add the step. They start low, they stand, then they go back down. Challengers keep their legs loaded, down, I'm ready to shoot. Yep. You can change it up. You can change it up. It's just more, normally they're going to go right, especially a righty, or a lefty will go with their left first because they feel more comfortable passing. As they become competent at that, and then challenge them to go the other way. Let's see how we go now. All right, stop there. You're going to go, the ball's going to go the opposite. So your left to your right. A lot of you are going right, back around. I want the ball wrapped to your left first. Back to our shooting hand. All right, let's see how we go here. Here we go. Not bad, you know, so it just takes a little bit longer. Here's what, I'm an Essendon supporter, so weekend's been good for me. Yeah. I saw this in Kilda, it just jogged my memory. Good. You can also go across your body on this. It's the same thing. You're practicing going across, wrap that thing around. All we're doing here is challenging the hands to get back into place. We're not saying on the shot that they should be going behind the back. This is just a layer to challenge the hands to get it back like we would in a game. Maybe my hands are down low, all of a sudden that pass comes in, I've caught it, and I'm up into my shot. All right, good job. I need you to partner back up again. Partner back up again. We need one ball between two. So we've done a pretty good job. We have built up our shot here. Who's feeling confident about their shot? I should see all hands. Yeah, are you seeing a lot more swishes? Yep, good. We're feeling confident. What we're going to do, you've got a foot in the circle. So the defender, we're going to add a defender now. Foot in the circle. You're going to be down, ready to pass like this. Can you do that? We'll go both feet in the circle because you look fast. You're out here, Ava, right? Yes. I'm getting the names right. You're going to be here mid-range, just a step inside the three. All right, you're going to be down low, ready to shoot. Now, what footwork do you prefer? Jump stop or 1-2? 1-2, so you're going to go left, right. That's fine. Now, what we're going to do here, Millie, you're going to pass it. You can't move until the ball has left your fingertips. All right, so you can't move. All I want you to do is just try and run pass. Just try and run pass. All we're trying to do is put her under pressure. All right, you don't need to block it. You're just going to throw it and just try and run pass and see if you can put her under pressure where she misses the shot. All right, Ava, what's important for you right now? What do you got to do to start the drill? What have we talked about? Number one, you have to, we've got active hands. So you're down low. Your legs are loaded. Also, and you're going to call for the ball. So we're going to practice our big voice. So you're going to say, Millie, Millie! All right, you're going to call for the ball. When we're ready, you're going to shoot it. And I want you to stay in your follow through. You can't stand, you have to run past because we want Ava to be able to land properly. All right, so we're going to put her under pressure. Here we go. Awesome job. Now, what I liked about that was Millie didn't pass her the ball until Ava called for it. Awesome. So Millie's now keeping her partner accountable. Now, you shot it. You're going to hold your follow through. After it swishes, you chase and you switch. All right, so we're going to do that. And you can go wherever you want. Don't have to be in that spot. Ready? Good. Hold. Excellent. Go back. You're ready to shoot. Yeah, you're locked in. Take it back to the charge circle. Ready? Rest of the groups, follow suit. Here we go. Good. Call for the ball. Hold your follow through. So now we're starting to put them under a bit of pressure. It's not great defense, but now they're shooting at a speed that they're going to see in a game. So they're down. You can move. Ava, move a spot now. Move spot. There you go. Keep moving around the rim. Matt, move that basketball for me. Move that basketball. Here we go. We're down. Ah, Cohen, that was beautiful. Good job. Excellent. Good job, good job. Down. Put it right under the chair, Matt. Right under the chair so it doesn't come out again. Back down, good. Excellent, excellent. Good. Now the reason we're not practicing great defense here, the reason why I've got them running past is because a lot of the time they try and block them. They watch the ball, they stand right where the shooter's trying to land. All right, and I'm imagining they're not taped this morning, so we just want to protect our shooter. This is all about just trying to put them under pressure. We're building that nicely. All right, now let's see. Step back to the three for me. Step back to the three. Now all you need is 1 foot inside the charge circle. So over here, you're 1 foot in. And now, so you're just over. Now you can throw it and chase. So you don't have to wait. You can step and pass and start chasing. Shooter, now the speed is going to be a little bit quicker. So it is super important. Matt, what do you got to do? You're going to be, legs loaded, hands ready, and you're going to have quick footwork. So does everyone know how they're stepping in? Who's going to do 1-2? So this is important. We can start to preach this to our young players. They've got to have a shooting plan. How do they shoot? 1-2. So who put your hand up? 1-2? 1-2. Good. Who's going to do quick jump stop? Good. I like it, Sam. That's all right. Now, when I'm working with young kids, I would tell them they'd do a certain footwork and would become competent at it all. As they get older, they're going to have a certain footwork they like to use. An example I talk about all the time, right now we have Tyrese Proctor at the CoE, he's going to Duke. If I'm telling him to do a 1-2, but he's like, Ash, I'm a jump shooter, I'm a 2 foot, like to get down, I'm not going to change his shot. He's shooting the ball really well right now. Imagine me trying to tell Joe Ingles, hey, we're going to change your footwork. He's going to look at me like I'm an idiot. So right now, at this age, I'm just telling them to shoot what's comfortable for the demonstration. You may work on it all until they start to figure out, hey, I'm a better shooter when I go 1-2. I'm a better shooter when I get both feet in the air and I'm rising up into our shot. And when they get comfortable, they believe in their shooting plan, they're going to shoot the ball a lot better. Ready to go? Hands ready, active hands, legs loaded. Oh, I like that. This is a good look, right? Ready? Go! Now we've stepped back to the 3. The pleasing thing is, even when we are missing, the ball is going straight. We can work with straight. Where it starts to get challenging for us as coaches, when the ball's missing left or missing right. That means there's something going terribly wrong in our jump shot. I'm also seeing a lot of swishes, which is really good. What they're also doing is they're getting comfortable with a defender running at them. I watch my twin nieces play basketball. They're about 8 years old, so they're still learning. But I always laugh when I watch them because they'll catch the ball ready to shoot and one of the kids just starts running out like this and they go, oh, what's going on? And they pass it. So now we're getting comfortable with them, with someone running at them and they're not breaking rhythm. This is really good. We love rhythm jump shots. Remember, get it straight, get it up, get it long. Get it straight, get it up, get it long. So you're going to need to get your legs loaded. Alrighty, good job. Now watch carefully. Now I'm kind of rushing through it just to show you a few more things. Now, we don't always just shoot off the spot shot. We may go off the dribble. So a quick one we can do. You're always on D when we demo. You're going to be right here. I call this the old elbow. So when we were growing up, that was actually the key. Used to go on a diagonal. Can you believe that? No? Okay. So we're on the old elbow. You're out here on the 3. All right, what's going to happen here? You're going to pass the ball. So I'd be down ready to pass because like we did before, you can't move until the ball leaves your fingertips. All right, so Millie, you're going to put it right on Ava's shot pocket and all you got to do is get a foot outside the 3 and then you can go run and contest the shot. Now, what's my rules on contesting the shot? What can't you do? You can't block and you can't stop. So you've got to try and run through where they can land. All right? Now, your only rule is you got one dribble. You've got to take one dribble inside the 3 into a pull-up jumper. All right? Just like that. Perfect. Beautiful. If you do that, that's going to be great. But here's your challenge. Millie's running after you to block you. So what do you got to do? You got to be low, hands ready. And now when we're going off the dribble, most important, we get called for a lot of travels. So what hand are you? Right, we're going to keep it simple. Right, so we're going to make sure our right foot's free because I feel good going with my right foot when I step. Right, so you can, if you're going to go this way to your left, you've got to cross your right foot over. Perfect, one dribble into your shot. If you're going to go back to Millie, which you can, it's up to you, you can go wherever you want, you're going to step with your right foot that way. And you've got to dribble the ball before you pick up your left foot. So now we're going to focus on the footwork as well as everything else going on. Where's your foot? Cheating already. Here we go. Stay down. Ready? Good. And block. So now we're putting them under pressure with the dribble. So you're ready to go. Your foot's on the old up. Foot's on the old up. You're going to switch every time. Let's see how we go. So now we're putting them under pressure off the bounce. It's funny, obviously, with the way basketball's trending, a lot of people talk about we like layups and threes, but every time I watch the NBA, WNBA, and NBL, WNBL, anything internationally, I still see pull-up jumpers. So we need to still become a great shooter at all three levels. We need to be able to finish, we need to be able to shoot the three, and we still need to be able to go off the dribble. Now you see there, I think it's Rhiannon, is that Rhiannon? Sky, I'm still getting the names. So you see Sky went back towards the defense, which I don't mind. The only mistake she made, she tried to go around instead of trying to get in front and push that ball out. What you also start to see here is kids are smart. They start to pick up on this stuff, they start to figure it out. They're now trying to cover more distance. Got to take a dribble. They're now trying to cover more distance. All right, good job, hold there. Now another one you can do, we won't do it now, but Ava would have the ball, you would have your foot on the same spot, you would now be in a live dribble. We're going to say you'd be dribbling with your right. Okay, or you can dribble with your left, doesn't matter, but all we're saying, you can fake out the defender. When you're ready to go, you've just got to put it between your legs, one dribble, shoot it. All right, once Ava puts it between her legs, Millie, what can you do? You can touch outside the three and then try and block her. Right? You think you can demonstrate that? So just like we would when we shoot, how do we have to dribble the ball? We're going to be low. I've got to be ready. I can try and fake her out. But when I'm ready, I'm putting it between my legs, one dribble. You ready? Here we go. Oh, I like it. Bang! Good. So just in that, that's fine. That's off the dribble. What Ava also learnt there was the art of deception. Just a little fake, used a jab step, used my eyes. What did you do? We're ready to go. So now you're faking out your defenders. Now we're teaching them how to play the game of deception. That's why we talk about pass fakes. When we're working with our handle, we're talking about using our eyes to make the defender thinking we're going another way. Really good. All right, so that's just an example. We're not going to do that one. We're going to have some more fun here. Now, Ava, you're going to start foul line extended. Great positioning right there. You're going to start in the same spot. Now, Ava, you are going to sprint to the corner. So with our big voice, all right, not too much, we want to make sure we're shooting in bounds, but I like the energy. With a big voice, you're going to go, corner, Millie, corner.
Corner, Millie.
Corner, good, go back there. Millie, your job is you have to put this pass on time and on target. So I don't want Ava waiting for the ball. You've got to put it on time, on target. So you're now trying to hit Ava while she's moving. Okay, while she's moving. After the ball leaves your fingertips, what are you allowed to do? I'm going to put you on the new elbow. Here we go. Yep, step forward. Yeah, it's going to make it tougher for Ava. You can go block it. You can't stop, all right, but you can try and wind up and knock it down and hit the ball out of bounds. You've got to be sprinting. Corner, Millie, corner. Hands ready, legs loaded, and you're going to shoot the three. All right, you don't want to get too low like you did before because you're going to have to Larry Bird that and shoot it over the backboard. All right, so you've got to get to a right spot. Are we ready to go? Remember, Millie, you can't leave until the ball leaves your fingertips. Here we go. Oh, you can just sprint towards it. You can just sprint towards it. So you don't need to step outside the three. You don't need to step outside the three. You can just go block it. You ready? Good. She went early. I like it. Keeping each other accountable. Cohen, is that your best effort? Go block it. Now, one thing as coaches we need to keep an eye on, making sure they're not stepping out of bounds. We're now putting them under pressure, gain speed. We're now putting them in a movement, which they do in a game. We all work on our receiver spots. This is a receiver spot. Getting to the corner on penetration, being able to knock it down. When they get to senior basketball, this shot is one of the best shots we can take. We love a corner three, hence why so many defensive rules say do not help off the corner three. Now, all right, good job. Now we're going to add a quick decision. We're going to add a quick decision. Now on this, you can either shoot it, or if they're winding up to go block it, you can shot fake, you got one dribble. So now we've got them thinking about what the defense is going to do. You got one dribble afterwards. All right? But you can't leave until the ball leaves your fingertips, D. You can block. If you get a block shot, defense, you get a point. Offense, if you get a make, you get a point. All right? So if you get a block shot, now by making the block shot a point instead of a stop, we're going to see right now, can they have a quick decision of a shot fake and putting the ball to the floor without traveling. All right, we ready to go? Here we go. Oh, good. So now they've got that split second. Can I shoot it or do I have to drive? They're reading their defender now. It's got to be quick. It's got to be quick. Switch it. Oh. That's all. Can I get the other sheet? My other sheet is up there. Can you grab that for me? All right, good job. Hold there, hold there. All right, so there's a build-up of different things. We do that with our guys. We challenge them. They will do that pre-practice. That last one, where we say no shot fake, we want to put them under pressure. They will do that pre-practice. They will come into the gym on the weekend. They will do it with each other, playing one-on-one. Right, hopefully to help better speed up their prior preparation and get the shot off. When we are moving into other shots, so when we're doing them at speed and in our practice, things we talk about. Game shots, game spots, game speed. Game shots, game spots, game speed. The game shots, shots we'll shoot in a game. So we look at our offense, we look at the shots we're getting, and we make sure we replicate that in our practice. Game spots. So if we're getting a lot of mid-range, shot fake, off the bounce, shots from the elbow, then we're going to work on that in practice. If we're getting a lot of threes in the corner, we're going to make sure we're drilling so we're getting lots of reps of those shots in the corner. And then game speed. We're going at a speed that we need to be able to get them off. We remind our players, and this is a Marty Clark point to three, and apologise for the poor English here, the only way to get good, do it every day, do it at pace, do it under pressure. These last couple of drills, you see, they were moving at a speed they're probably not used to. They were under pressure. All right, if they start doing that every day, we're going to start creating some really good shooters. All right, is there any questions when it comes to the drilling, the jump shot and the build up there? No? Oh, yep. Breathing. It's probably not something I've dived too deep into. It might be something for me worth a look. We're definitely working with our athletes around their thinking. So one of the big things we're talking with our players is worry about the process, not the outcome. The process we're working on is going to help the outcome of the shot. And then all those little things we talked about at the start of the clinic, those areas that in the groups of threes we talked about, which was feet focus, follow through, get it straight, get it up, get it long with the back rim and down, and then active hands. We say butt down to our older guys. I've used legs loaded because it does help with the younger kids, and big voice. When we think they're ticking those off, the outcome is we're seeing a score. So one boy we challenged this week, really good shooter, but he's having trouble getting low. So we were on him. Literally a coach stood on his basket all week and was helping his mentality, just reminding him what he had to do. Last night he hit 3 threes. I think it was 3 of 3. We haven't seen that yet in our games. So it's just a constant reminder with their mentality. We haven't more touched on the breathing yet, but we do mindfulness. We'll go into a room for 10 minutes and practice our breathing to calm us down and control our thoughts before we go out. So, but in the moment, maybe something to look into. Anything else? No, perfect. I'll switch seats.